Very good morning, students. So in today's video I am going to deal with multiplication theorem of two independent events. In the previous video we have discussed about two dependent events by using the conditional probability concept, right? A given B or B given A, and I have given you the proof. Hope you understand that. Now in this video let us see the multiplication theorem of two independent events, how it has been derived. Look at their statement. Let capital A and B be two independent events with respect to probabilities P of A and P of B. Then the probability of simultaneous occurrence of A and B, simultaneous occurrence, remember this word, P of A intersection B equals to just a product of the probabilities of A and B, because they are totally independent, nothing is dependent here. Now when two independent cases, definitely independent cases of in any random experiment thereof with replacement, concept, independent events. Clear? So let A and B be two independent events with respect to probabilities P of A and P of B. Then the probability of simultaneous occurrence of A and B is P of A intersection B equals to P of A multiplied by P of B. Look at the proof. See, let us consider if any random experiment has n1 outcomes, which is like A outcomes are favorable to event A out of n1 outcomes, and another has n2 outcomes of which B outcomes are favorable to B. So let us consider n1 will be the first event total possibilities. I can say that total exhaustive number of cases, total outcomes n1. Out of n1 outcomes, small a becomes the favorable of capital A outcomes, as well as n2 total number of outcomes, small b becomes the favorable of capital B. Then n1 multiplied by n2 becomes that whole exhaustive cases, total number of possible outcomes between n1 and n2. They have A cross B favorable events or favorable outcomes to capital A and capital B. Now, as by the definition, P of A equals to A by n1 and P of B equals to B by n2, and P of A intersection B equals to A cross B by n1 into n2. As per the concept what we have taken, total number of outcomes n1 in that A favorable events and total number of outcomes of n2 in that B favorable events, B outcomes are the favorable to B, and then n1 cross n2 is A cross B favorable events to A and B. Clear? And as per the definition, P of A intersection B equals to A cross B by n1 into n2, that equals to, split that one, A by n1 cross B by n2, nothing but P of A into P of B. Therefore P of A intersection B equals to P of A cross P of B. So this is the proof of multiplication theorem of two independent events. Definitely this is with replacement case. Clear, guys? So this is exactly with replacement case. See, thus the two events A and B are independent. If and so P of AB, P of A intersection B can be written as P of AB also. P of AB equals to P of A into P of B. So this is the condition for two independent events. Remember, dependent events means formula is different. P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B given A, or P of B into P of A given B. That is for dependent events. Now independent events, completely the product of two different probabilities A and B. Clear? Now I hope you understand both multiplication theorem dependent case and independent case. Look at this theorem once again. Independent events. So what we have considered here, first let us consider two events capital A and capital B with those respective probabilities P of A and P of B. Then the simultaneous occurrence of A and B is P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B. When independent case, that is the condition, P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B. Then what is the proof? Let us consider a random experiment in that n1 outcomes, of which A, small a outcomes are favorable to event A, and small b outcomes are favorable to event B, which are having n2 total outcomes, and n1 and n2, n1 cross n2 is nothing but A cross B favorable outcomes to capital A and capital B. As by the definition, P of A equals to A by n1, P of B equals to B by n2, P of A intersection B equals to AB by n1 n2. So split that one, AB by n1 into n2, A by n1 into B by n2, that is nothing but P of A into P of B, totally independent events with respect to probabilities. Therefore, when two independent events in case of multiplication theorem, this is the form P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B. I hope I am clear, guys. Right? So now let us see the problems based on multiplication theorem of dependent and independent events. Once again I repeat, dependent and independent in question it will not be asked. By seeing the question itself, what is to be calculated, you have to decide it. And OR case if it comes, that is totally addition theorem. AND case if it comes, that is totally multiplication theorem. Remember guys, OR is for addition, AND is for multiplication, union is for addition, intersection is for multiplication. Clear? So let us see the problems now. Look at this question now. A card is drawn from 52 cards. What is the probability that it is a king, known that the drawn card is black? See guys, what is this example? There are 52 cards. One card is drawn. Okay. And what is the probability of getting a king? So they are asking, what is the probability of getting a king? Known that this has come from black. So already you know that black card only you have selected. Among those black cards, what is the possibility of getting king? Indirectly the question is like this. You understand guys? See here. A card is drawn from 52. A card is drawn from 52. And you know that it is a black in color. So already black in color. What is the probability of black in color? 26 by 52. There are 26 black in color balls. I mean cards. Sorry. Now, what is the probability that it is a king card? So kings we have 4 possible cases. What are those? One is from heart, one is from diamond, one is from club, and one is from spade. Isn't it? So the king card has from 4 different suits. Now, what they are asking, what is the probability of getting king, known that it is a black? Black possibilities are from these two only. You got it? Now, probability of getting king would be 2 by 52. Isn't it guys? See, exactly see the question. Black card is already known. So, possibility of getting black card is 26 by 52. Among those black cards, because known card is a black, among those black cards, what is the possibility of getting a king in black in color? Getting a king black in color means 2 possible cases are there in that one card. That is 2 by 52. That means 2C1 by 52C1. You understand guys how the solution will be, isn't it? Now one by one, stepwise we will write the events and clarify this. You understand this? Black as well as 2 kings. One is a black card which is already known. Another one must be a king. Now combination of those two, king and black. King and black. We should calculate it. You understand guys? King, known that the drawn card is a black card. So definitely king and black having a connection, right? Definitely there is a connection. That's why they are dependent to each other. This black and king are dependent to each other. They are not independent guys. Remember, they are dependent to each other. You understand? Now let's see how to calculate this one now. So solution. First, a card is drawn from 52. Therefore, obviously the exhaustive number of cases. (52). Clear? The exhaustive number of cases are 52C1. because only one card is drawn from 52, therefore 52 combination of cards, one is drawn, so 52C1. Answer is 52. So exhaust number of cases are 52. Next, according to question only we'll go. We need to know the king card. So let us consider the event. Let K be an event of getting king card, right? Now K, known that, you know the symbol, known that means this one, getting black, be an event of getting king, known that it is black. You understand, guys? K by B is known that it is a black in color. Then K into B be an event of getting black king card. You understand the events? And one more thing, that if you do not write this also chalta hai. I mean, it will nothing to worry. If you do not write this also, no need to worry, because we need to calculate P of K given B. Remember, P of K given B we need to calculate. So before that, what is P of getting black? Because known card what is to be there, that has to be taken the probability first. Always in every problem, probability of getting black color is 26 by 52. Getting black is 26 by 52, right? And then probability of getting black and king, how many? Black and king, how many are there? In black cards, king cards how many? 2. So 2 by 52. You understand, guys? Now write down this formula. P of K given B, what is to be known already, that to be taken as a denominator, and always numerator will be the intersection. Substitute these values here. 2 by 52 divided by 26 by 52. Therefore 2 by 26, 1 by 13 is the answer. You understand, guys? So look at the problem once again. A card is drawn from 52. Exhaustive number of cases are 52C1. And then here two possibilities, getting king black, but king is to be found, black is already known. Clear? So probability of getting black 26 by 52. And black and king, definitely there is a relation. You understand, guys? Definitely black and king are having relation. So definitely they are dependent. So P of B intersection K is 2 by 52. In black cards, kings will be 2. Now probability of getting king, known that it is a black, right? Probability of getting king, known that it is a black. Now apply this formula. B intersection K, 2 by 52 by 26 by 52. You will be getting answer 2 by 26, nothing but 1 by 13. Guys, one logical thing, I will be explaining it within a single line answer. I mean within straight one word answer. See, king and black. Generally black cards how many will be there? 26, which is known already, right? In black how many kings will be there? 2 kings will be there. One is in club and one is in spade, right? Now in this 26, king and black, they are asking. So 2 by 26. Straight away answer you got or no? Right? In black cards 26 were there. In that kings how many will be there? 2 will be there. So answer directly we can write it 2 by 26. But in the examination viewpoint, if it is asked for 5 marks, you are not supposed to write direct answer like that. So you should give the individual explanations. Out of 26, 2 are there. King cards, right? So 2 by 26 will be the answer. Straight answer also you can guess, because in competitive examination you can think like this. K given B, probability of getting king, known that it is a black, means black cards are 26. In black kings were 2. Therefore answer is 2 by 26. Done. Single step answer it is. Now here little explanation we need to give. Clear guys? So let us see some more examples like this. I hope you understand this problem guys, everybody. Isn't it? Look at the next question guys. Example number 29. A card is drawn from 52 cards. What is the probability that it is a diamond, known that it is a red card? So very simple guys. Red cards, how many will be there? Tell me. 26. Out of red cards, what are they asking? Diamond. Diamond cards, how many will be there? 13. Over. Answer is 13 by 26. For competitive examination, this works. But in the examination viewpoint, theory examinations, you are not supposed to write direct answers like this. So step by step, you need to follow the steps. First, write down. Let diamond, known that it is a red card, be an event of getting diamond, known that it is red. Right? Next event. Known event it can be written. Now diamond and red together combination. Diamond and red together combination. Be an event of getting diamond red card. So those probabilities you write down now. What they are asking people, probability of diamond known that it is a red. Before that, probability of getting red card. How many? 26 by 52. So formula you write down. Next, probability of diamond red, how many will be there? Probability of red were 26 by 52. Diamond red, how many will be there? 13 cards will be there. 13 by 52. Substitute here. 13 by 52 divided by 26 by 52. So 13 by 26, 1 by 2 is the answer. You understand guys? Very simple problem. So neatly you have to write the events there. What is to be calculated first? First here, probability of, let R be an event of, known card always you take, let R be an event of getting a red card. So probability of getting red will be 26 by 52. Next, DR, together combination D and R, be an event of getting a diamond red card. I mean diamond and red combination card will be 13. So diamonds are 13, right? Out of 52 cards. So diamond 13 by 52. Probability of getting diamond and red. Red colors were how many? This one how many? Probability of getting red will be 26 by 52. Probability of getting red in diamond, how many will be there? Probability of red diamond were 13 by 52. You understand? Right? Next, probability of getting diamond and red. Diamond and red. So 13 red diamond cards will be there. Therefore 13 by 52. So substitute here 13 by 52 by 26 by 52. Therefore 13 by 26. I gave you the straight answer also for this. Diamond, known that it is a red card. So red cards will be 26. Diamond cards will be 13. So answer is 13 by 26. Both the answers are correct or no? This is for competitive examination and this is for theory examination. You need to write elaborately. You understand guys? Once have a look the same problem. So easy but little logical kind of thing. Remember, what events are to be taken, that matters. So D given R, D and R, and known part, probability of R. Remember, these three things are very much important. So this has to be calculated. D given R means given part should be taken as a known part. So that's why the probability of red. Probability of getting red will be 26 by 52. Next, combination of D and R will be the numerator. So combination of D and R. So in red color diamond cards, how many will be there? 13 will be there. Therefore 13 by 52. Substitute here. 13 by 52 by 26 by 52. You'll be getting 13 by 26. In competitive examinations, straight away, how can we guess the answer? Diamond, known that it is a red card. So red cards will be 26. In that diamonds will be 13. Therefore 13 by 26 will be the answer. Straight answer it is. Clear, guys? So I hope I am clear all these problems. You understand? So let us see the last problem and one more problem for this video, and in the coming video we shall calculate for a few more problems, examples from the same concept, multiplication theorem of dependent and independent. Look at this question, guys. A box contains 12 cards. So totally a box contains 12 cards numbered from 1 to 12. Next, what is the probability of getting an even number? So from 1 to 12, so even numbers were how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 6 by 12, right? Probability of getting even number is 6 by 12. Next, known that the drawn card having 2 digits. 2 digits were having only these, 10 and 12. Therefore, so 2 digits. Cards, how many will be there? 2 digit cards. That too even. Question what it is asked now? Probability of getting even, known that 2 digit cards. 2 digit cards were how many? Probability of even with 2 digits. Even and 2 digits. Even and 2 digits were 10, 12. Out of 12, only 2. So 2 by 12. Then definitely what would be the answer? 2 by 12 by 6 by 12. 2 by 6. 1 by 3. You understand, guys? So answer is 1 by 3. See, for the competitive examination, this much it works. Is it clear? So probability of getting even numbers were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally 6 were there, getting an even number. Now, even with the 2 digits, how many will be there? Even with the 2 digits means 10 and 12. They are even numbers as well as only 2 digit number. Therefore, 2 by 12. So 2 by 12 by 6 by 12. How much it will be? Substitute here. Getting even, known that it is a 2 digit. So even number possibility is 2 by 12 divided by getting 2 digit number. How many will be there? Getting 2 digit number. Here one more, getting 2 digit number. Totally 3 are there, right? Probability of getting 2 digit number. 3 are there because 10, 11, 12. They are there. Therefore, probability of E intersection TD by probability of TD, that equals to probability of E intersection by 2 by 12 by 3 by 12. So 2 by 3 is the answer. Guys, you understand this? In a competitive examination, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 digit numbers were these 3. Right? Divided by 3. In that even how many? 10 and 12. 2. So answer is 2 by 3. In the competitive examination, straight away we can write it. Right. Now let us see the elaborative answer for 5 marks. How this answer can be written. First, let A be an event of getting 2-digit number. Therefore, probability of A become 2-digit number how many? 3 by 12. So, from 1 to 12, 2-digit numbers were 10, 11 and 12. So, 3 by 12. Next, let AB or let B, I mean 2-digit number, even number is known that A. So A what we have taken? Getting 2 digit. So 2 digit is already known. So denominator A. So B has to be calculated, getting even. Be an event of getting even number known that it is 2-digit number. Right? Next, let B and A be an event of getting 2-digit even number. Therefore, probability of AB. 2-digit even number. Even numbers 2-digit. 10, 11, 12 are the generally 3 2-digit numbers. 3 2-digit numbers. Out of those 3 2-digit numbers, even numbers were 10 and 12. 2 by 12. Therefore, probability of getting B given A equals to known part is A. First write that one. And here A intersection B. So A intersection B. AB nothing but 2 by 12 by P of A. 3 by 12. 2 by 3 is the answer. Competitive, I said straight away the competitive answer can be written in the competitive examination viewpoint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. 2-digit numbers were these 3. Therefore, total exhaustives were 3. Out of these favorable means even numbers. Even numbers were 10 and 12. 2. So, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. In the competitive viewpoint, straight answer like this it can be written. But in the examination viewpoint, theory exam, elaborative answer must be written. Are you clear, guys? So with this, I am going to wind up this video. So let us meet with some more interesting problems in the coming video, right? So having multiplication theorem of dependent or independent events. Look at this. Anywhere the question is nowhere mentioned or if they mentioned, you must calculate mutual exclusive or non-mutual exclusive addition theorem. Everywhere it is mentioned and case only, right? So then AND means it's a multiplication theorem. We have to decide whether it is dependent or independent. Known that when it is given, it is definitely dependent case. Remember, guys. So this is the problem. I hope you are following all the videos. Kindly practice probability problems rather than watching. Practice if you do, definitely you will be understanding more. And why I am explaining only the examples is exercise questions I can solve, but examples are already been solved in your textbook. Once again, I am just explaining them and solving it. Exercises I am giving you as a homework. Remember, because you will understand the concept and you will solve by your own. All the exercises, if I solve here, then what is there to be solved for you? Right? Because already example solved one only will be there, which will not be understanding just by seeing that. Unsolved questions, if you are solving, then definitely you will be understanding the concept. Are you clear, guys? So with this, I hope I'm just make you to understand the concept probability. Hope you are following it and you are understanding it thoroughly, my videos. So definitely I'll just show betterment of teaching in probability competitive wise as well as theory wise. Both I am teaching here, remember. So competitive, how the answer must be written, and theory, how the answer should be written. So both I am simultaneously showing one after the other. Because probability concept, even in your mathematics competitive wise also, it is very much important. Remember, 4 questions will come from the probability. For JEE, each question carries 4 mark, remember. So easily you can get 16 mark. 16 mark is not a small mark, because with 1 mark difference only, thousands together the ranks vary. Clear? So please follow all the videos. Stay home, stay safe, don't waste your time, right? So practice, study and attend all the regular MyPal live classes also. Right, guys? So stay healthy, stay home. Thank you. Have a nice day.